Fellas, welcome back to another episode of Co-Trainer. My name is Cole, and in this video, we're going over how I got my LLC and what we're doing next for the business. Alright guys, I got my LLC, and it's finally kind of coming all together, right? It's starting to feel more and more real. I'm starting to get my mind clear on some ideas to raise some more money so we can start up our store and get this thing going. So far, I've come up with a few ideas on what I can do, right? I can sell some of my bulk, right, that I have back there, and I can make a few bucks. I'm probably, if I'm going to do that, I need to buy a printer. So if you guys have any ideas on what I can buy and what's a good printer to buy for, printing labels on envelopes, let me know down in the comments below. And if if you guys have any other ideas on what else I can do, because there's no cards really to purchase locally, unfortunately. I've talked to my local, I guess it's a sports card store, sports memorabilia store, and they don't really carry Pokemon, so I wouldn't be able to source any Pokemon bulk from them. And I haven't really heard back from the owner on one of these people who does collect Pokemon if they want to sell their bulk. So I'm kind of I'm gonna keep bulk as an option, and it'll be there. But I'm trying to think of the best way that I would even be able to do bulk. And while I do like the little scanner, there's a scanner. I wish I could remember the name of what it was called. Maybe I'll come back and I'll put the name of it right here. But there's a scanner that you can just like sift through a bunch of it doesn't sift, but it just like scans a bunch of cards all at once, and it's really quick and awesome. But I'm not sure if that is going to be my best option. I think I prefer the scanner, and I'll put another name to the scanner right here, that you can just like kind of put right into it, and it spits it out and like scans it and done, right? And then I'll probably have to use, I know there's a TCG Automate, and I can't remember the other one, but I'll leave that right here as well. So the names and stuff, just so that I can have my reference points and like my source to, what my ideas have been, to get a scanner, because taking pictures of the cards can be a lot, and then also listing them all, it can just be a lot, right? And I would probably, if I really wanted to build up the eBay store, probably just list everything, right? Just commons, uncommons, and obviously I want to list the reverse hollows and the hollow rares and those kinds of things first, but just listing everything, to try to build up some inventory and get some sales going. But definitely gonna need a printer before we start any of that. And yeah, we're running out of desk space, so not sure where I'd be able to put that. But we'll figure it all out whenever we get there. We gotta buy a printer first. So that's kind of where I'm wanting to shift some of my money to, right? It would be, roughly, I probably end up spending almost all my money on these printers, right? I'd almost be spending all my money on a printer, a scanner, and then probably need to do a label printer as well. We'll just leave it at a printer for now, and once we get into actually selling some Japanese sealed product, we can get into buying ourselves a label printer. And they're not too crazy expensive either. I think the label printer is actually the cheapest amongst the printer and the scanner and everything. I'm pretty sure. I'll leave a link in the, or not link, but I'll leave a name right here on the label printer that I'm looking to use, and just kind of show you where I'm starting to shift, right? And so we might not have the most money left over, but we do have some money left over, and what to do with that money to get that money making us money, right? And I've been thinking a lot, watching a lot of Dan at Catch 'em All Collectibles. I love to watch Dan. I love his content, and that's kind of the content that I'm cool with making. I'm not having nothing too fancy, no crazy editing or whatever. Just bringing in the people who might be a little bit business minded and kind of on the same journey that I am. That's the type of following that I'm okay with generating, and I think that going to kind of go through his consignment is where I'm starting to kind of steer my mind towards a little bit. So here are my thoughts on how I would use his consignment. And I don't know all the details, intricate details on how it would work for, sending cards to him. My thoughts on using his consignment would be buying like a $40 to $50 card, sending it to him to send to CGC. And if it comes back a 10, we made $150. And if it comes back a 9, then it's a wash, right? And so that's kind of been where my mind has been. And if I could like buy the card and I don't even see it, like I did the kind of pre-grading in the pictures or whatever, and we could see how it'd go, do like a little experiment on like just buying the card, sending it straight to him, so then it can go straight into grading. Like that seems pretty simple and like hands free, if you will. Like obviously I have to go buy the card, but then I don't have to get the card and ship the card back out. I don't know if that would work, if I could just do one at a time like that with him. I'm sure he gets a lot of submissions, so it's like it would just get included in a bulk submission. So that's kind of where my mind has been. I did look up the CGC, turnarounds, and unfortunately for bulk, it is 80 business days, I believe, and that's a long time. That's a really long time. I don't know if he gets better times than that or what he gets, but that's quite a while, and this is going to take some time, right? It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not just going to be able to have $50 and turn it into 150 the next day or the next week, right? It's gonna take some time, and I need to appreciate the time spent and seeing if it works. And who knows? Maybe I'm like, it's not working. Whenever I just send something straight to them, they're all getting 6s, 7s. I'm losing bad, and then I need to basically just have the cards shipped to me and look at them. But I'm thinking about doing the grading and flipping route, to be honest, to, as long as I got a 9, I could get my money back type thing, and then just keep doing that over and over again and see, if how that works out for me. So currently trying to look for those cards that I would be able to do that to. And they're few and far between, but I need to look for that kind of stuff, because that would be the way that I would actually continue to make to make some money. And $50 won't just absolutely hurt the business account. And speaking of the business account, I didn't touch on this, but I'll need to get a reseller's license before I buy anything, because I don't want to pay sales tax on anything. And Dan preaches that no sales tax if you're not the end consumer. And I need to get my sales tax certificate, and then also open up a bank account locally, and then get a credit card. So that's kind of the steps that I'm going through. Get the bank account, get the sales tax exemption certificate, and then we can get going, right? We can get going buying stuff. So that's exciting. I'm ready to really get this business started as a business. Right now it's just been brainstorming and ideas and just coming up with whatever recently, and that's kind of where we are right now. So if you're enjoying the journey, please like and subscribe, and if you want to keep following along, you can by knocking yourself out watching this next video.